Hey everybody, Mr. Quick here. Today we're going to be looking at Eureka Math / Engage New York Math Module 3, Lesson 14, Ordered Pairs. An ordered pair might look something like this. Doesn't really matter what numbers we use, but that's what an ordered pair looks like. Now I want to use this opportunity before we jump into the actual lesson to talk about a little bit of vocabulary, a little math vocabulary. Ordered pairs name points on a grid or to locate points on a map, and they're basically a direction. This is the first coordinate. First coordinate. The first number basically tells you how far or where to go in one direction, and then the second coordinate tells you how far to go in a different direction. So when you have two of these together, that's called an ordered pair. The first coordinate, comma, and the second coordinate, both in parentheses. Let's look at a few examples together, shall we? This is called a coordinate grid. And if I have an ordered pair, such as, let's use that 1, 4, 1 comma 4 from the previous page. The first coordinate is x, the second coordinate is y. And that's showing you, the x is showing you that you're basically going on the x-axis, or the line that says x. So the first number, if it's positive, it's just like a number line. You're going to the right of 0. The 0 would be 0, 0 would be the very middle of the coordinate, right? The very place where you might call it vertices, where all these lines come together. And if it's negative, just like a number line, you would go to the left. So this first coordinate is telling you to go left or right. The second coordinate tells you to go on the y-axis. So basically you're going somewhere, oops, sorry, hit pause on accident. You're going somewhere either up if it's positive or down if it's negative. So that's basically like a vertical number line. So we've got the x and the y-axis, first coordinate, second coordinate, and it tells you where to go. Okay, so let's look at 1, 4, the ordered pair 1, 4. 1 is the x-axis, the first coordinate, and it's telling us to go over, either left or right. Since it is positive, we're going to the right one place, and then the 4 is telling us to go from where we left off on the first, after the first move, telling us to go up or down. Since it's positive, it's telling us to go up. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, of course, I've marked all of that, but you only actually, you go over 1, up 4, and right where they meet, you label that. That is called a point. If we wanted to call that point A, we put the point, again, right where they meet, and you would label that A. Let's say I have a second set of coordinates. And let's say we have -3, 10. And we'll call that point B. -3, so this is my first coordinate. It's on the x-axis, so I'm going left to right. -3 indicates I'm going left, just like you go left to go to the negative numbers on a number line. We're going left, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then the 10, which is on the y-axis, so going up and down, right, tells us we're going to go up 10. So we're going from the 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And hopefully you're seeing that we're essentially taking the -3 and the +10, and we're meeting in the middle. So we mark that spot. You want to mark it exactly as much as you can, and we'll label that point B. Okay, 2 basic skills we're going to work on today, 2 ways of looking at this. So the first one would be, you are given coordinates. You're given an ordered pair, and you have to mark that ordered pair on the quadrant, which is this bad boy, this thing. So if we're going to mark point J on the quadrant, that is 4, 1. So the first coordinate, which is on the x-axis, second coordinate is on the y. So we're going to go over 4, up 1, and right where they meet, we're going to mark it. We're going to call that J, point J. Try to make that a little more obvious there. It's easier on paper. All right. Second coordinate is, or second ordered pair, excuse me, first coordinate is 0. Second coordinate on the y-axis is 9. So this is an interesting one. 0, 0 is right here, right in the middle. And so that's basically telling us, since we're supposed to go on the x-axis, either left or right, since it's 0, we're not going anywhere. We're not going to move 1 to the left or 1 to the right. We're going to stay right there. So then our next axis, or the y-axis, our second coordinate is 9, so we're going to stay at 0. We're going to go, and we're going to mark that right where the 9 is. And that's point F. Finally, we have -2, -7. So since we're going with the x-axis first, we're going left to right first. We're going to go back 2, which is right there. And then we're going to go down 7. So where the -2 on this axis meets the -7 on this axis. Sorry, my phone just started going off. Okay, so -2, down 7, and where those meet, we will mark that, and we'll call that point Q. So that is one, see if I get that a little better. That is one way, or one skill you may have to use, where you're given the ordered pair, and then you must then determine where to put the points. The next skill is kind of the reverse of that. The opposite of that skill would be then you're given the points here, here, and here, and you must then, I don't know why that keeps taking that away, you must then decide what are the actual values of those points, what are the ordered pairs. Let's take a look at point R. Point R, if we go over 5, and then up 8, that's where point R meets. So if we're going over 5 and up 8, those are both positives. Over to the right and is going to the right of 0. And then up would be going above 0. So we have 5, 8 as our 5, 8 as our ordered pair. For point T, looks like we're going over 9 to the right, which is positive. So first coordinate is 9. And then up 1, which is also positive. So 9, 1. Finally, for point S, if this is our 0, we're going backwards to 9. So our first number is actually negative. Our first coordinate is negative. But then we go up from 9 to 1. So our second number is positive. So we have -9 for our first coordinate and +1 for our second coordinate. Okay, we're going to look at more of this in class and work some more examples and discuss some more application of these kind of problems. We will talk more then. Thanks for watching. See you soon.